is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Way to Wifey. I'm your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast, we talk all about dating and relationships in this modern day. I lost my voice this weekend, so bear with me if I sound a little bit more raspy than usual. It's giving like smooth talk radio, like, welcome to the smooth jam. If you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so you will never miss another episode. And if you could, please leave ratings if you're on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. It really helps get the word out there for people like you and people like me to pass on the knowledge and the wisdom. Okay, I'm in such a mood right now. Like, I can barely talk. This really hurts to talk right now. But we have things to do. We are on a consistent basis right now. So today, I wanted to talk about a topic that seems to be way too controversial for what it is. I've noticed everyone online talking about it. It's, such a topic for right now in today's dating world. And that would be, who should pay for the first date? Why is this controversial? I'll tell you why. Because we have gotten to the point where women has said time and time again that, it's just a meal that I'm getting for free. And when we say things like that, why would they not feel like they're getting taken advantage of? You know what I mean? That's not the case in every case. Obviously, that is not the case in every case. But when guys have that in their mind, they think that they're getting taken advantage of and they don't know your true intentions. But guess what? We don't fucking know your true intentions either. So it's an even playing field. Men should be the ones to pay for the first date. But I will say, you better appreciate him. You better say thank you. You can offer, I go kind of both ways with this. If there's like if the check is sitting on the table and no one's touching it, I'll offer to split. But if he automatically just like grabs it and like doesn't want anything, I'm not asking. I'm not going to ask. I think it's more awkward if you ask. I'd rather just say thank you and be very appreciative that he picked up the check. I have been on many, many dates. Shorty's in high demand. You feel me? Just kidding, you guys. I'm not kidding, but we're humble over here. We're humble. Okay. I have only been on one date out of my many dates that I've been on where he did not pay for my portion. And it was funny because we literally just like went to go get tacos. You know who you are if you're watching this. You're probably not, but we went to go get tacos and you order beforehand and then sit down and they bring it to you. And I was in front of him. I paid for my portion. I was assuming that he would maybe step up and pay for my one taco that cost $2. But no, he decided he wanted to test me to see if I'm independent bitch. And that immediate cringe, the whole day I was like, I don't want to be here. The fact that you couldn't step up and pay for my $2 taco. I got one taco because I wasn't even hungry. And we sat down. He couldn't. $2, you guys. Like, it's about, as he shows up with his nice ass car, bragging about how much money he makes and all this shit, right? And then you can't show up to pay for my $1 taco. Okay, so we're buddies then. If you wanted this to be a friend date, if you didn't expect anything out of this, you could have just said that. You could have just said that from the beginning. Why invite me out and then expect me to pay? It's not like I've ordered the entire menu. You know what I'm saying? It's about the principle. Well, you have to understand, if you're a man watching this, and I was put in the situation where obviously you paid beforehand, but that left the entire date with a bad taste in my mouth. And the entire time I was thinking about, wow, this guy's a fucking joke. I'm a fucking clown for being here. And I couldn't even really concentrate on the whole date and like getting to know him because I was already checked out. And if you think I'm using you for your money, $2 taco, like, that's sad. We have bigger problems to worry about, And like, maybe the fact that you're bragging about all this money, maybe that means that you don't have as much as you say you have, and that's fine. Like, but maybe you shouldn't be dating. If he cannot pay for the first meal, or if he doesn't want to pay for the first meal, that is setting the precedence for the rest of the duration of this relationship of, I am going to go 50-50 with you. I don't see the value of investing in you. I expect you to show up for me in every single way. However, I'm not in the provider mindset where I want to take care of you. And that for me is a red flag. That might work for some other girl, but I can guarantee you most men that are trying to go 50-50 or make the girl pay on the first date probably doesn't have that much luck when it comes to dating. There are two types of men out there. For starters, there is the feminized boy who wants to be catered to, complains about doing for women, is super cheap. He sees himself as the prize and wants to be chased and pursued. And the problem with these type of men is that he was never really taught how to become a man, whether there was no father figure in his life or his father figure in his life was the same way. And these type of men will drain you. They will affect your self-esteem because these type of men only will attract the type of women who are insecure, feel like they have to prove themselves and feel like they're not good enough for a good relationship, or feel like they're not good enough for someone to provide for them, or feel like they don't want these high standards and expectations because they don't feel like they're good enough for that to be matched. And in that case, one damaged person will attract another damaged person and they will play out their insecurities together. Whereas on the flip side, the other type of man is the actual man who is in his masculine, who loves doing for you, who loves spending money on you, loves spending time with you. He loves taking care of you. These type of men are typically a lot more successful and a lot more ambitious, and they will add value to your life and not subtract from your life. And if you're going to be dating, you might as well choose the person who's going to make your life easier. I think what happens when men decide to go 50-50 or ask the woman to pay for the check is that she loses respect for you. And even if she doesn't consciously understand that, subconsciously, she knows that her soul is missing that provider kind of mindset. And what happens when you lose respect for someone, you lose that connection to them. And then when you lose the connection to them, your body doesn't allow you to be open and receive from him. So that immediately dries out that sexual tension and connection towards that person. Look, it's not about whether or not she can pay for the check. It's about the principle of the man stepping up. You have to think about, it is really fucking tough. It's really scary. It's dangerous as fuck to be a woman in today's society. The fact that she trusts you enough to even show up to the date, to even put herself out there and allow you to be in her atmosphere alone says a lot. Okay, she trusts you enough to show up with you. On top of that, she probably took a really long time getting ready. She had to do her hair, her nails, her fucking outfit. All of these things cost money, and it is very expensive, by the way. In order to show up looking like a badass baddie, to make you look good because now you have this arm candy, show a little appreciation. Now, if she's not being appreciative, if she is going out of her way to order the most expensive things on the menu, ordering this, that, and the third, then I think it's okay to check her. So if she is showing clear signs that she's using you for that expensive meal, check her. I really have a problem when people say, oh, it's whoever asked that person out on the date. I have a really big problem with that because, first of all, women, we should not be asking men on a date at all. I have never in my life asked a guy to go out on a date with me. It's really never been that serious. I've shot my shot, but then it's up to them to make the plan. It's up to them to figure out if he wants to go on a date with me. Because if he doesn't, I'm going to assume that one, he's probably not interested, or he doesn't have the funds to take me out. And in that case, I don't want to go out with him anyway. We are taking him out of that masculine. You're not allowing him to step up and say, hey, I want to do this. If he wanted to take you out, he would. think that there's been multiple situations where if you've been talking to someone for a while, you've been texting them, maybe you met them on an app or whatever, and or in person, and you've been texting for a while and they haven't brought up making any plans. I think it's okay to say something along the lines of like, am I ever going to see you? Or like, when am I going to see you next? Something along those lines, but never ever ask a man to go on a date with you. But anyway, that is it for this week's episode. I hope this gained a little bit of clarity. Hopefully this is not going to be a very controversial thing after hearing some insight. And step the fuck up. Let's make some plans here. Women, allow them to lead, show a little bit of appreciation, and offer. I think that's always a good gesture. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Again, if you have not done so, here is your moment. Here's a chance to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Leave me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you show love, then love will come back.